Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, Advanced Car Care Center, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning to you. It is Wednesday, and we've got some news to start you out with this morning.
All right. The authorities in Stone County say the man wanted for shooting a 63-year-old woman in the head Monday night in Crane is now in custody after a manhunt. 43-year-old Matthew Washington of Crane was arrested yesterday after an overnight manhunt involving Stone and Christian County deputies plus the Highway Patrol. The victim remains hospitalized in stable condition. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley is teaming up with a Democrat from Virginia on a bill to track how many American jobs are being lost to artificial intelligence. The bipartisan measure would require that companies and federal agencies report AI-related layoffs to the Labor Department every quarter, with some experts predicting unemployment could hit 10 to 20% in the next 5 years because of AI. Senator Hawley says Congress needs hard data to make smart policy.
Wow, surely that's crying wolf, right? 10 to 20%, that would be unbelievable. That would be very detrimental to our country.
Do you think it's crying wolf?
10 to 20%, that I don't know how we handle that.
It's just so fast that AI has been moving that I don't know if that is crying wolf or not. I feel like that could actually be.
Well, it happens all the time. I mean, when cars came into the picture, horse and buggy operators were out of work. But I don't know. This seems like it has the potential to affect such a wide variety of different roles across different companies and across different industries that I can't imagine a percentage that high, but I hope not. We'll see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in our state, opponents of Missouri's new congressional map turned in more than 300,000 petition signatures yesterday. That's nearly 3 times the number that they need to put the map on the ballot next November. If the signatures check out, they are being checked out. The new U.S. House districts would be frozen until voters can weigh in on that. The issue would likely land on next year's ballot in November, though the legislature could set an earlier date. Unlikely. Missouri Secretary of State says the referendum is unconstitutional, so expect a court fight there on that. And a new bill in Jefferson City. It's just a bill at this point, but it would drastically cut screen time and technology use in elementary school classrooms across the state. The Hands-On Learning Restoration Act would cap digital instruction at 45 minutes a day. That's at screen time at school, 45 minutes, and would require most classwork to be done through real books and with pencil and paper, the old-fashioned way, the way we grew up. The bill would also bring back cursive instruction, so they'd learn handwriting in cursive. Backers say too much screen time is hurting literacy and development in our kids.
I kind of love it, but I'm old school. I mean, that is our kids, by the way, not just us, but that's our kids. They have done everything with real books and pencil and paper. And our oldest one this year is getting a dose of everything on computer. And it was quite the learning curve.
Well, but now she's learned it. I mean, it took a month or so to figure everything out, where they want everything, how to do everything. And now she's got it. So it's pretty quick to pick up. Especially for kids their age, they kind of grow up with it in other aspects of life.
Yeah.
But I like books. I like writing, pencil and paper.
I like it because of the story we just talked about with AI. I mean, there's got to be some basics. There's got to be a foundation. I don't know.
Right, because otherwise you tell AI to do everything and you don't know how to do anything.
Right. Your muscle will atrophy.
That's correct.
There you go.
I've seen it happen in other people. A Republican representative from, not me. My muscles are not atrophying.
Not one single bit. I mean, what can't you do today that AI, like AI has got nothing on you?
No, I can.
Except for the time that your coworker lent your voice to AI or whatever it was, and then sent me this hilarious clip of you rapping, and it sounded identical to you, and it wasn't. So,
yeah, that was me doing Rapper's Delight, but it was AI me.
I mean, the point is, can you still rap, or did that take the cake? You can't do it anymore.
No, I don't
That
know,
muscle has atrophied.
It has. All right, back to the news. A Republican representative from St. Louis County is pushing to abolish the death penalty in the state of Missouri. That proposal would replace, I should say, capital punishment with mandatory life in prison without parole for first-degree murder.
What? Say it again.
The proposal would replace capital punishment, the death penalty, with mandatory life in prison without parole if you're guilty of first-degree murder.
Wow.
Missouri is currently one of 27 states that carry out executions, so it's about half for some of the worst offenders. The proposed bills, we've mentioned a couple of them here, they are pre-filed bills for the next legislative session, which begins in January, just a few weeks away. So they will take up the bills that we mentioned, and if they start moving along in the process, we'll follow up and let you know.
That will be really crazy if that happens, like a major shift in the system.
Well, I was reading about it. It would repeal like 27 other current laws regarding that. So I don't know. It seems like a long shot.
Wow. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But I mean, I have witnessed 2 executions, and it is a crazy thing. It's wild. Okay, here we are. The Missouri State Board of Education is in Springfield this week for its annual December meeting. Board members toured several Springfield public schools on Monday to see classrooms, visit teachers, get to see the programs firsthand. SPS is the largest district in the state, serving about 25,000 students. Wow, that's a lot compared given how big St. Louis and Kansas City are. The board is talking about taking part in discussions with students, staff, and community members. So glad they're here. Springfield-based Murney Associates Realtors continues to grow, this time adding Coldwell Banker and Lewis and Associates. Wait, Coldwell Banker, Lewis and Associates to its family. I never knew that Coldwell Banker had such a long title. I got to be honest with you. I thought it was just Coldwell Banker. This comes weeks after Murney recently acquired Southwest Missouri Realty. More than 30 agents from the 2 recent mergers are now under the Murney umbrella, strengthening Murney's presence in the market.
That's interesting that that's happening. Mergers are taking place in all other business aspects, industries. I didn't realize it was happening so much in real estate, but that's 2 big ones in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
So It is happening. A big day today in Ozark. Brand new Aldi store at Waverly and South Street opens at 9:00 this morning. And then a grand opening ceremony will be held tomorrow. So they're opening this morning, and then a grand opening will happen tomorrow. It's the first piece of the new Ozark Marketplace development that will also bring McDonald's, Casey's, Dutch Brothers, and more, and eventually hundreds of new jobs to that area. I drove by it just the other day, and it's the opposite side of the street from the Walmart that's been there for a long time, and Lowe's, I believe, down there. And it's a big area that has a lot of room for shops. So and it's right there on 65.
Yeah. I mean, I love coffee, but to me, I'm like, wow, Ozark still seems like a small town. They're getting 1 million new houses, though. But now there's a Starbucks, soon to be Dutch Brothers, and a 7 Brew in such a small town, all right by beside each other. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, and really, it seems like on the side of town where not a whole lot of the action happens. It
I
seems like it's more
agree.
residential.
I agree, but did you see the new housing development or whatever that is kind of going in behind the Walmart?
Yeah, south
I
of
don't
Walmart.
Yeah, I don't know how many houses that is. I meant to look that up actually. Do you know how many houses that is? Because I know that up by the quarry off of Evans Road, Farmers Branch Road, that one is hundreds of houses.
Like
But yeah,
700 houses, yeah.
700. But the other exit, it seems so far away from I don't know,
Not
most
from
of the
coffee.
not from coffee anymore, but a lot of the action of the town, you know, Jackson
Right,
Street.
and that development that's been happening there south of Walmart, there right along 65, it seems like that's been happening for years, very slow moving.
Seems to me the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
Okay. Greene County Courthouse is filled with Christmas music through the month of December. Local choirs performing in the rotunda there. So today, if you're interested in that, you have a couple of opportunities. Maybe you stay for both. The Fairgrove Singing Eagles will take the stage, singing some Christmas carols at 12:30. They will be followed by Springfield Lutheran School at 1:30 in the p.m. today. So you can take a long lunch and hear some good music. They will be having performances there at the courthouse all month long throughout the month of December. So check it out.
That is so fun for them to get to sing in a rotunda. The
It is fun.
acoustics are
Yeah.
phenomenal. Okay. A reminder, the Springfield Greene County Library District is teaming up with OCAC for a community food drive. Donation boxes are set up at all 10 library locations to support families who are facing food insecurity. Online donations are also being accepted. That drive runs from now through Sunday. Also, the historic Gilloy's Theater is hosting a free showing of It's a Wonderful Life. It's happening Sunday at 2:00. The event includes free Santa photos, hot chocolate to boot. Admission is free for all ages. The theater says it's hoping to make the screening an annual Christmas tradition.
I think that's a great Christmas tradition. And
That is awesome.
It would be fun because we've watched that movie here as a family before on the couch and stuff. It'd be fun to watch it collectively, kind of with a big group and experience it together. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I
And with
agree.
hot
So are we
chocolate.
going? We might
We
go.
might be.
Maybe we'll go.
Yeah, we might be 2:00 on Sunday.
That's awesome. I love that.
Clear my calendar.
Clear the calendar. Consider it done. Okay. Finally, don't forget that we are in the middle of the Deck the Ozarks. You only have between now and the 14th to go vote for the best picture. There are some good ones, I got to tell you. But only one will take the cake, which is a 4-pack of tickets to Silver Dollar City, $100 to Jim's Steakhouse, and $100 to Alamo Draft House, all thanks to the Barker Shop. They are a professional pet services company with boarding, grooming, daycare, all breeds, all needs, all love from the Barker Shop.
All right. Check it out. It's good prizes. Somebody's going to win over there.
It is
by
nice.
showing us their holiday decor.
I love some of the pictures that have come in, by the way. I mean, they're pretty great. So go check it out. AroundTheOzarks.com. Click on contest. Very easy to vote. Also, we want to thank our sponsors, the Springfield Greene County Park Board. We love them. We talk about them a lot. Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, Advanced Car Care Center, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you don't need them, but if you need them, you need them, you know?
Well, they're the people to do it. That's a serious job.
They're the people to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foundation starts shaking. You're like, no.
Mm-hmm. Good thing
that happened in Oklahoma a lot, by the way. After I left the state, that's where I grew up. They started having earthquakes all the time. I've never in my life had an earthquake.
They were having like swarms of. They were minor earthquakes, but they were.
They're still happening.
Nevertheless.
Fracking is what. Yeah, whatever that is. Something. All right. Well, that's all, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a really good day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. We are waking up with mild temperatures this morning. Numbers above freezing in many places, but we've got a northwest wind to go along with it. So not feeling too great outside, but we have temperatures today that will stay near seasonal averages, which is better than we've been doing. So I guess we'll take it. Numbers today are starting out in the upper 30s across most communities, and will warm today into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Now, today may be a little bit cooler because we actually have a north wind that has developed behind a frontal boundary, and there are going to be conditions that are a little bit breezy today. Winds out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour possible. So certainly kind of adding to that feels like temperature, but I don't think we see any rainfall in the forecast today, and we should continue to see partial sunshine as well as we go through the day today. There is active weather across the country today, just not here in the Ozarks. We have highs near 50 degrees again today. Numbers will be even warmer as we move into Thursday, and Friday looks mild as well. I've been teasing that really cold air that arrives in the Ozarks, and it's still coming. It'll be here Friday night, though, kind of pushing that timeline back a little bit, with some of the coldest air in the Ozarks set to arrive by Sunday of this weekend. Cooler air, it returns Friday night. That's when we notice it. A very powerful cold front is going to open the door to some Arctic temperatures that are going to usher into many parts of the country. In fact, by Sunday morning, we may be talking about wind chill values in the single digits. It's kind of hard to do that with no snowpack on the ground. It's an impressive, cool area of air that is going to be moving its way down through the center of the country. You may have heard of the polar vortex. Yes, same thing happening for us here in the Ozarks as we head into this weekend. So a big heads up that, yes, this week is looking fairly mild and quiet, but we have some really cold, dangerous temperatures on the way for the weekend, even though they don't necessarily come with winter weather. We are looking at an extended period of dry weather here too. When I look at some of the long range charts, I don't see any big signal for shifts that would bring us a big bunch of winter weather, or even rainfall for that matter. The cold air is really the focus here. Today is actually one of the cooler days of the work week forecast. Numbers will be back into the 50s on Thursday. Again, we see partial sunshine and temperatures that will stay above the freezing point here through Friday morning. We will then see a cold start Friday morning with temperatures that are back into the 50s for highs. But numbers drop, and wind chill values by Saturday will be in the teens. By Sunday, as I mentioned, they could be in the single digits. So it's a major change. But through this time period, I am expecting dry skies. So be warned of the dangerous cold heading our direction. Around the country, what we're talking about today is a strong clipper system. It's set to bring the threat for heavy snow and high winds across much of the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region. Also, portions of the interior Northeast and Appalachian Mountains are seeing some of that snowfall. We continue to see heavy rain happening for the Pacific Northwest today as well. Northern Rockies getting some snow in the higher elevations today. You may see that on the national news headlines or on the national weather map if you look at the broader view. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday was this: which of these places is most likely to have a white Christmas, which means snow on the ground on December 25th on average? The options were A, Washington, D.C., of course, here in the USA, B, Reykjavik, Iceland. I think that's how you say that. C, Santiago, Chile, or D, Cape Town, South Africa. Well, if you guessed Iceland, you would be correct. They are the most likely of all those on the list to have a white Christmas, with about 70 to 80% likelihood of seeing snowfall on the ground. All right, here is the next trivia question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. In the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, what is the total number of gifts given by the time you reach the 12 drummers drumming? Can you do the math? How many gifts total? Do you think it is A, 364, B, 365, C, 312, or D, 400? Too many. But let me know your guess. You can do that at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, and Hewitt Messenger. Also, Taylor Grubaum, Chevrolet. Thank you so much for listening this morning to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Be sure to check out our holiday decorating contest on the website as well. And I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow morning.